All right, guys, so we've been covering this right-wing civil war, and one of the points I've been making to you is that there are no good sides in this civil war. It's dumb and dumber, it's crazy and crazier, it's evil and eviler, but even that, I feel like, is a little misleading, because in many ways they're the same. The way I've described it is, do you support the side that loves the old Holocaust or the new Holocaust? Do you support the pro-Hitler side or the pro-Netanyahu side, when Netanyahu is basically modern-day Hitler? That's what it is, right? And so this is another great example of how there are no good guys in this fight. In the midst of, it was the same interview that we actually covered already, where Tucker Carlson was speaking to Megyn Kelly, and he brings up this story. Now, he's mentioned this before, but it's almost like the fact that he keeps repeating it somehow makes it even more humiliating. Listen to what he has the nerve to say, knowing millions of people are going to watch this. Watch this. Listen to this.
And then I go to bed with my wife and 4 dogs in the bed. My wife said 4 children. My dogs are hunting dogs. All 5 of them wake up like that. Like we have no home invaders in my house. I wake up at 2:30 in the morning. I check and I couldn't breathe at all. My throat was closed. It wasn't like I was apnea or I was strong as I couldn't breathe. So I get up, I stand in the doorway of our bedroom, and I'm like, wow, I'm dying. I can feel myself starting to gray out. And then I started walking in the backyard, and then it slowly came back. Like my throat kind of opened up a little bit. I was like really weirded out. I walk back in, and my wife wakes up. She goes, what is going on? I said, I don't know. I can't breathe. I feel better now. And all of a sudden, I had this horrible pain underneath my arms, like on the side of my chest. Like bad. I thought I'd been like ripped with a knife or something. It just was very intense. So I go into the bathroom, I flip on the light, and I have claw marks on both sides, on right and left side on my ribs, and they're bleeding. And they're literally claw marks, 4 on either side. I put my fingers in them, don't fit my fingers, and I sleep on my side. So how could? And by the way, no one woke up. So I show my wife, and she's like, "Oh my gosh." And then I have this like crazy intense desire to read the Bible. So I read the Bible and I pass out in like 2 minutes, and I wake up the next morning and I thought, man, did I have a wild dream? And then I see blood in my sheets, and I go in the bathroom and I have these bloody marks. And my wife goes, I think you were attacked by some supernatural being. And I was like trying to be logical about it. And I was like, yeah, I definitely was. And then I called.
I was trying to be logical about it. And I was like, oh yeah, I definitely was. Trying to be logical about it lasted 0.1 milliseconds before he went to, yeah, sure, supernatural being.
One of my producers was like, oh, yeah, well, that's pretty common. I was like, what?
How am I supposed to even respond to this, right? How am I, like, does he know that he's lying? Like, is it just a total lie? Is it just completely made up from beginning to end, right? Or is he dumb enough to actually, did he have an experience where, like, his dog scratched him or something and he's interpreting it wrongly? Honestly, I'm inclined to think just total fucking lie. There were no scars. There was no bleeding. Like, the whole thing from beginning to end is made up, right? But even if I say, let's graduate from that to like, okay, something happened. Does he actually think he was fucking attacked by a demon? I find that very hard to believe that he thinks he's attacked by a demon. He's a fucking like educated guy, right? He's an educated man. And you think a demon attacked you in your fucking sleep? And as many people pointed out, too, by the way, the fact that he starts the story with, oh, I was sleeping with my however many, 4 or 5 dogs. It's almost like he's giving you the out. It's almost like he's taunting you with his lie. Like, well, obviously, if I got scratched by him, it would be the dogs, right? It's like he's letting you know, hey, here's the out. Here's the logical explanation for the story. I mean, again, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this, but I will say this. If I was convinced there was some supernatural ass shit happening, the last thing I would do is support Trump. Because when I look at the actions of this government and the fucking just kicking 15 million people off their Medicaid, doubling, tripling, and quadrupling healthcare premiums for everybody else, fucking freezing the food stamp money and starving Americans, including 18 million kids and 42 million Americans total. You look at this guy, you look at what he's doing, you look at the bombing of innocent fishermen in the Caribbean, as he's done day in and day out, the illegal bombing of Iran and Yemen and Somalia. You look at the pro-torture executive order he signed, the torture that he allowed to happen at CCOD, where they were raped, innocent people were raped because Trump and Marco Rubio allowed it. The genocide that Trump is arming and funding, as fucking Tucker acknowledges that what Israel's doing is a genocide. You're going to look at all that, and you think there's a heaven and a hell and a God and fucking there's actual demons and angels and shit like that. You were attacked by a demon. The very first thing I would do when I woke up is go, oh, I'm done with Republicans. I'm done with Republicans. I'm done with MAGA. I'm done with Trump. I was just attacked by a demon. Maybe the demon attacked me because I've been a fucking scumbag and I've been a right-wing prick and I've been trying to make life objectively worse for everybody across this world. The first thing I would do is to say, I'm sorry. and I apologize, and I'll try to like wash this stench off of me, and live this down by I'm gonna go and donate a bunch of money to a food bank. I'm gonna go and help out at the soup kitchen. I'm gonna whatever, like fill in the blank with actually helping people, actually giving a shit about people. But no, he doesn't do that. He's still a right-wing asshole. And so you look at it and you go, you clearly haven't connected the right dots and taken away the right lesson. If your story is true, which, by the way, it's just not. Like, I don't believe it. So, I don't even know what to say. The fact that he's saying this with a straight face, the fact that it's 2025 and stories like this are still sort of like, something like this is still sort of mainstream. I mean, this is laughable. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We need a return of that old school Reddit atheism. We need a return of those, the hardcore new atheists who were just really smug and would browbeat people into fucking admitting, like, sorry, your God is made up, your God is bullshit. We need to return to that. The problem with that movement is that eventually half those assholes, or maybe even more, just became right-wing, anti-social justice warriors. And a lot of them became like anti-Islam freaks where they, started hating Muslims for no reason. So... But if we avoid that, if we just go back to the fucking bread and butter, the basics of just, hey, your religion is made up and you're ridiculous for believing in it, and like, here's why it's wrong, here are all the contradictions, so on and so forth. We need a revival of that, because I don't want to sit through another fucking decade of garbage like this. I don't want to sit through another decade of, you guys all remember, well, I don't know, many of you are probably too young, but back in 2004 when Bush was doing the Iraq War, there was another election. And they're out there saying, oh, we're going to do a constitutional amendment to ban gay marriage because that's what God wants. And we had to fucking sit there and listen to this and like take it seriously that you have elected officials going, oh, God doesn't want Dave and Steve getting married and holding hands. So we need to like add it to the Constitution to say fuck them in their lives and don't let them get together anymore. Like, what is this? What is this? And it's made, all that shit is fucking roaring back. I mean, fucking Nazism is out of the closet now. So all of it's coming roaring back. It's time to put an end to this trash. And anybody who took Tucker even remotely seriously, when you see something like this, it should wake you up. It should wake you up to the fact that this is a goofball. This is a freak. This is a weirdo. This is nonsense. If anybody else told you, casually, oh, I was attacked by a demon, you would go, that's nice. Hey, are you on meds? What medicine do you take? Can you please, an antipsychotic? You're in an antipsychotic, anti-anxiety? What are you diagnosed with? Tell me what you're diagnosed with. Is it severe bipolar disorder? Is it paranoid schizophrenia? Do you hear voices all the time or just sometimes? Like, these are the questions. If your mother came up to you, if your brother, if your best friend came up to you and said, oh, by the way, I was attacked by a demon last night, and meant it, you'd be like, hey, bro, we're going to get you the help you need, homie. We're going to look, I got this great therapist, this great psychiatrist. Well, I'm going to take you to this person. We're going to get you fixed right up. You can tell him what you're thinking. We can get you on the medicine that you need. You'll be okay. You'll be okay, pal. I'm here to support you. That's what would happen. But he's leading a wing of the right-wing movement online. He's one of the top right-wing pundits online. And like, we're all supposed to act like that's normal. By the way, look at what they're talking about over there on the right. Like, this is the shit they're over here on the left. We're always talking about like, hey, stop bombing innocent people. Like, hey, maybe we should do Medicare for all and not have 60,000 people die every year because they can't get health care. That's what we're talking about over here. Over there, he's like, yeah, I got my cheeks clapped by a demon last night, bro. What? What is this? So, I don't know, man. What the fuck is going on? Every time I look at what the right-wingers are doing, I tell you guys immediately, they are not okay. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.